All right, so I'm gonna go through a worksheet for Inventor 2023. What you're gonna be using on your school computers is 2020, but hopefully a lot of the it's gonna be similar enough that this video will translate. So we're gonna be creating this part here, which we did in AutoCAD, but the purpose of this is just to show you some of the main differences between Inventor and AutoCAD, which you've probably already seen quite a bit of in the tutorials. So when I open AutoCAD here, I'm gonna open a new document. So I'm gonna go up to the top left there, and then it's gonna bring you to different templates that you're gonna start your drawing with. So I'm going to create a metric drawing. So I'm in the metric section here, and then I'm gonna go to standard over here. You want to avoid the sheet metals, but standard millimeter is what we want. So I'm gonna double click on that, and that's gonna bring me to this canvas here. You'll notice a couple differences obviously right away. The one being that it's gonna create a history of what you've created to this point and organize it in sort of like a tree-like fashion. So it's gonna have a bunch of drop-down menus here, and it's gonna be organized sort of this way. So the first thing we're gonna do, and just like any sort of 3D modeling, you're gonna start your drawing with a two-dimensional sketch. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do here is go to Start 2D Sketch over in the top left, and here you're gonna start the plane that you want to create this drawing on. So I'm gonna choose the XY plane, this one here. Doesn't really matter which one you choose initially. Alright, so once I click on that particular plane, it brings me into my sketch mode. And so my toolbar up top here has changed a little bit. And the first thing I want to do is, just for clarity's sake, I'm going to bring in an image into the canvas. So I'm going to click on under the insert section, image, and I'm going to bring in this drawing that I have preloaded here. I think. Let's see. There it is here. So I'm going to open that, and I'm going to drop it in the, it's right there. Okay, so I'm gonna, at this point I'm going to go to I'm going to press escape, and I'm going to start. Actually, I'm going to finish my sketch. The one thing that you're going to have to get used to is the mouse wheel has flipped now, so scrolling up is zooming out, and scrolling down is now zooming in, which is super frustrating. So you can see that on my window to the left here, it has created sketch 1. I can rename that. I can just make that the document, or I can leave it as sketch 1, doesn't matter. But that's going to be my first sketch. Okay, now I want to start drawing my part, and you don't have to add the image for you. This is just for the sake of showing you how to bring in an image if you'd like to, and showing you what I'm referencing. So now I'm going to go to started another 2D sketch. So I'm going to click on that there, and I'm going to pick the same plane that I imported the picture onto. So I'm going to start this drawing with a rectangle, and I'm going to be drawing in this 10 by 2 rectangle up here. Now here I have my origin point, which is going to snap green. So it uses this little icon here. When it snaps to a certain section, it's going to go to green, or if it connects to a different line, it's going to go green. So here I'm going to start my rectangle, and you'll notice that initially it's purple. I'm going to put in my dimension, so it's going to be 2 with width, and the length is going to be 10. So I'm going to press tab, and that's going to bring me to my other dimension, my length, and press enter, and there I got my 10 by 2 rectangle here. Though you'll notice that when I started drawing, it was initially purple. That's called an unconstrained sketch. But because I've created this rectangle and because I've anchored it to that origin point, this rectangle is fully constrained. And we're going to talk a little bit more about constraints a little later. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is create the rectangle up top. So I'm going to go to rectangle tool again. I'm going to make sure I snap to that corner so it's going to turn green. And I know that this is going to be 18 by 2. So I'm going to press enter there. Okay. So you'll notice that by default the dimensions come in. I can turn those off if I go to oh, actually I can't turn them off right yet. I'm gonna leave them on there for now. Now you'll notice that this purple line here on my rectangle is not black. So what that means is this isn't actually constrained yet. It's not locked into place. So if I click on it and move it, I can actually widen it. And that's because I don't have a proper width dimension in there. So let me show you how to add that. So I'm going to go to my dimension tool up top there. I can click on that line. And now I have a dimension of 2 millimeters on there. And you can see that it's now turned black. It's now locked into place. I can't click and drag any longer on that particular line. Alright, so I'm going to finish the sketch. I know that it comes 3 more units of measurement and 3 millimeters down, 13 that way. So I'm going to add that in as well. So I'm going to go to my line tool, make sure it's locked to that corner. I can come down 3. Press escape to get out of that command, back into the line. I'm going to go 13 horizontally. And it's also going to default to a horizontal line or a vertical line, unless you change the degree. So it's really easy to snap vertically, snap your lines horizontally. This line here, I'm going to snap to that vertical line. And there we have it. So again, this isn't constrained. So perhaps one of the reasons is, well, I can actually click on a line and drag it. And that usually tells me where it's not constrained. I'm gonna add a dimension to this angled line here. And now you can see that that's constrained this line here as well as the horizontal line. So I'm now I've completed that sketch, the basis for the 3D model. So I'm going to finish the sketch here. Now at this point I can turn off the dimension visibility. So if I right click on the document, I'm going to change that back to sketch 1. That's what it's going to say on yours, unless you've changed it. And if I right click on it, I can turn off the dimensions there. And it just kind of declutters. Now to orbit, or to drag, rather, if I hold my wheel down, I can drag that image. If I press shift, I can orbit around and change my viewpoint. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude that up. So the extrude tool, I don't have the press pull option. The extrude is basically going to do what the press pull did in AutoCAD. So it's going to bring in a window. I'm going to do this bounded area first. I'm going to change that to 8, as I know that's my vertical measurement. I can click on that and press OK. And there I have that particular part of my model. You'll notice obviously that it has gotten rid of the sketch. I'm not sure why it does that, but you're also going to notice that the extrusion has been added to this window here. So if I click on the plus sign, it's going to bring up the sketch that extrusion is reliant on. So if I right click on sketch, what I can do here is now turn on the visibility of that particular sketch. Alright, so I'm going to work on the other extrusions. So I know that this is going to come up 12, and this here is going to come up 2. So there I have my part. Now I just got to fillet the edge, and under 3D model section I have a fillet option here. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on the corner, and then I'm going to change my radius, which is in the window here, to 5. And there I have my part. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And if you need an extra hand, just let me know. Okay, thank you.